Flosstube. Welcome back. I'm Lynn from Lynn X Stitches Creates and Lynn X Stitches on Instagram. I cannot believe all the love and support I've gotten over the last 2 weeks. It's really mind-blowing and I appreciate it so much. Thank you for all the kind comments, people reaching out to me and sending me messages. It's it's really encouraging, so thank you so much. This is episode number 2. It is Monday, May 3rd. We are into May. I don't know where the year is going. Last year seemed to take forever. March was about 3 years in and of itself in 2020, and this year is just going by fast. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like what you see. I hope you enjoy my content. Like the video. If you feel like it, subscribe. You can hit the bell and know when I'm going to talk about stuff. So let's just get started. I have been working on my Susan B. Anthony sampler. I'm working on this with Liz from The Wandering Stitcher on Instagram and Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, and Moon Pie Fry on Instagram. And we are hashtagging this Best Thoughts, Best Friends Sal. So if you have this pattern and you'd like to join us, please do. Someone did comment on one of my posts and said that she had the pattern, and I hope she will join us. So here is where, well, I guess first to tell you, if you were here last time, you noticed I have an intro to a segment which my son, my producer, put together for me. So he's going to put a picture of where I was last time when I showed you. And now this is where I am now. I ran out of, I'm using for the brown for the words, I was using a limited edition floss that I got from a Stitchy box, and I ran out. And I had a feeling that was going to happen because it seemed like a kind of lightweight, like it wasn't a normal weight of floss on the card. So I was able to find another floss, actually a different company, ironically, that I'll use next time I pick this up to finish the words. But it's really coming along, and you know, I love it. I am doing it on 28 count Fortnite Fabrics Dryad Saddle. Oops, that's very shiny. There we go. Which was a fabric of the month last year, and I was in their colors club, but when I saw that coming up, I knew that it would be perfect for that piece, and I requested to change for that month. So that is my Susan B. Anthony sampler. I'm making some really good progress on it. I'm working this video on trying to keep my eyes, I want to look at myself, which I'm over there. So right now I'm looking at myself in the camera. So I'm trying to find a spot in the room behind me so that it's more like I'm looking at you, and I hope I'm succeeding a little bit. I was also working on the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Made to Create Sal. I had shown it last week, and hopefully my producer will put it right here for you to see where I was. I didn't quite finish the tape measure just because it was a lot, and I would have had to move the Q-snap, and I was kind of done. So part 4 came out, which was not over where the tape measure is finishing, so I didn't finish it. I'll finish it with part 5. But part 4 came out, and here it is. I've actually finished all of part 4. Part 4 was the C on Create, which was the artist palette. We added in a spool of thread, this really cute cupcake pin cushion, and then this thread, this cute thread that goes from the spool all the way around over here. So it's really cute. I really do like it. Like the colors. It's a lot of fun. And I'm stitching this on 28 count the Stitch Me Peanut. And it's a Lugana. And then of course all the called for DMCs that Sally likes to use. Next, I have been working on my April Whip Go. I should have said that. My April Whip Go was the Susan B. Anthony that I've already shown you. And then my other April Whip Go was Little House Needleworks, Home of a Needleworker 2, T-O-O. And I had done all of that last time. And I'll also have my producer put in a picture of where I was. And this is where I am now. So I finished the door, got the windows framed out, and that was basically an evening's worth of stitching. And that's where I am. Got my You've Died of Dysentery Oregon Trail needle minder from Rebel Stitcher Designs. That was when I first started teaching. That game had just come out on floppy disk, and you know, was very, it wasn't, I don't even think there were any pictures in the very first version I ever played. It was just, you know, you had to read the sentence and answer a question, and then, you know, something happened. And then, you know, now it's a whole video arcade game, but I love that. So that was Home of a Needleworker. And those two, Susan B. and Home of a Needleworker, excuse me, I dropped stuff, were my two Whip Go calls. If you don't know what Whip Go is, a whip, W-I-P, work in progress. Whip Go was the idea of Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And basically it's to kind of work on whips, and you decide on a whole, use kind of a bingo board type of idea, and in December you pick 25 or 24. There's 25 spots, pick 24 projects, because the center of course is free unless you want it to be a spot. And so yeah, so every month she calls two numbers. Those were my two numbers for April. For May, I did not have, because as I told you last time, I've always been kind of a monogamous stitcher. I tend to pick something up and work on it, and that's what I like to do. I've recently gotten into where I'm doing more, starting bits and pieces here and there. The sals really help me do that. It's the mystery sals where they come out a part at a time. So I've kind of started a lot of different things, but I still didn't have enough to fill up the Whip Go board. So my two May focus pieces for Mania, when we talk about that, they're on there twice, but I have some new starts too. So for May, one of my Whip Go calls is a new start, and it's this one, Coeur de Sorciere from Tra La La. And I just fell in love with this piece last year when it was at Halloween time. I just think that witch is so cute, and the heart and the little heart-shaped pumpkins. I'm not sure if I'll stitch October 31st. I may just put another pumpkin so it can kind of stay out longer. And I've got it all kitted up, ready to go. I'm using all the called for colors. And then I've got another Fortnite Fabrics Fabric of the Month, which is 28 count hedgehog. So it's, yeah, about that. That's about the color it is. So next time I will have that started and have something to show you. And my second Whip Go call was also a new start. And I looked at it and I'm like, it just wasn't calling to me. And Candy, the 614 stitcher, was starting a SAL. And I decided to switch out the piece that I'm going to show you now for the SAL with the one that was called. So Candy SAL, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Candy is doing Mental Health Care SAL. And I picked for my piece Waxing Moon Designs, My Stitching Time, and it says my stitching time is sometimes for your safety. Remember that. And there's what it looks like. And then I started it yesterday, and this is how far I've gotten on it. So, I've used, I use basically things from my stash for this. The greens, the two greens are the called for weeks. The other green is the DMC conversion. And then there's three pinks there. One of them is the called for. Two of them are called for. I take that back. Two of them are the called for, but they're not necessarily where Waxing Moon Designs said to put them. And then I've had a third one so that I could just stitch from stash. And my fabric, another Fortnite Fabrics, Fabric of the Month, and this one's 28 count Morning Glory. And isn't that blue beautiful? I just love this blue so much. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and this is just gorgeous. So that's that. Okay. Then, so that's Whip Go, past Whip Go, Sal's. So, Mania. Some of you may know there was a Facebook group called Stitch Mania, and it was started in 2015. And basically, month of May, crazy time, just start all the things. Some people have decided to do Monogamania, where you work on only one piece. Some people, Stephanie Webb from Lindy Stitches does Stitch Sania, where she works on a focus piece all month, but then on the weekends has a new start. So I'm kind of in the middle, kind of doing a little bit of my own thing. And you can make Mania, you know, the month of May, whatever you want. So what I decided to do, I told you last time, is I'm going to focus on two pieces that I really want to get done. And then, you know, I'll have my Caterpillar Cross Stitch Sal, and I'll have my Mental Health Awareness Sal, and I'll have my Whip Goes to kind of fill in the different times. So I had told you my last video was just before the 24 hours of Cross Stitch weekend, and I had planned to focus on my two May pieces. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. I worked on my Susan B. Anthony sampler and something else. Caterpillar Cross Stitch, because there was Caterpillar Cross Stitch release was that Sunday. So that's all I did, and I didn't touch either one of my focus pieces. I was back. But so for May, what I'm focusing on is, this is a Dimensions kit. It's called Santa's Arrival, It's really cute, but it's really confetti heavy. In Santa here, the reds, there's 4 different reds and a 5th that's a blend of 2 of the reds. So, you know, there's a lot of detail to Santa. It's on 14 count Aida, which makes it a little easier. All the blue here are just half stitches, which in theory should be easier and faster, but because of the way the blue, and I am so particular about following patterns that it just makes it take longer. So I was bad. I have not touched it yet, but it's only May 3rd, so I still have time. So here is where I am currently on Santa's arrival. Let's see what you're seeing there. His face looks a little wiggy because, you know, there's a lot of back stitching. But yeah. So my goal is to get this puppy done. He needs to be done way before Christmas because I would like to start my grandson's stocking, which is a Satsuma Street, which is really cute and will be much easier than that Dimensions kit. So I promise you next time I will touch it, and I may try doing, Julie McConnell from Reflections is doing, I think it's called 25/7, where every day you touch a piece for 25 minutes, one that you really, really want to get done. And I may start doing that if I can force myself to do it. So we'll see. We'll see. But I will touch it before next time so that you can see some progress. The other piece is a model I'm stitching, Rosewood Manor, Dorney Lane, from that I'm model stitching, not from, but model stitching for Keepsakes. And I hope I took a picture. If I took a picture of where I'm starting from, it'll be, yes, it will be. I will have a picture here. My producer will put it in because I showed you last week where I was starting from. And I have been working on it. I'm not going to unroll it all. But this area in here is where I've been working. So I really do love it. When I get going on it, you can see I'm in this corner right here. So I'm on page 2, and it's a lot of fun, and I keep telling myself, oh, I'll stop after this next color strand. Oh, I'll stop after this, and I keep going. So that's, you know, that's the sign of a piece you love. And I don't know why I let it sit for so long. I guess, I don't know. So I am back to that, and I'm going to work on that all month as well. I've had a few shout outs in the last 2 weeks, which I really appreciate. Of course, Candy 614 Stitcher, the 614 Stitcher, the is important. She shouted me out on her Flosstube, and I thank her for that. Becca from Sambrie Stitches, she shouted me out a couple of times on her last video, because not only did she give me a shout out for doing Flosstube now, but she showed 2 bags that she's bought that I made. So I appreciate that, and thank you, Becca, and her friendship means a lot to me. She was one of the first people when I started a cross-stitch Instagram, which was my Lynn X Stitches. She was one of the first people to comment on photos, and that I kind of started getting to know before she even started Flosstube. So I think she was pretty new to Instagram at that time as well. So we've both kind of grown together. I'm not sure. I don't think Janet shouted me out, but I know that Janet from Janet Jabber stopped by my channel and sent me a message, which was really nice. I think Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitive stopped by my channel. You know, and some people, if you're new to my channel and you heard about me from somebody, please let me know so that I can thank them. I appreciate their support as well as your support, so that I'm not just talking to the internet airwaves. Haul. I don't have any, and I did it again. I don't have any FFOs, fully finished objects. I don't have any FOs. I don't have any finished objects, just whips today. So haul, things that I've gotten in the mail. I was lucky and I got into the Color of Cotton Fabric of the Month Club the last time it was opened up. So this is my first months of color, and it's 28 count. It's a Lugana and it's called Succulent. And it is a gray, but I kind of think it has a green tone to the gray. So that's where they get the succulent idea from. Because my shirt is very gray. So you can see it's just a little bit different, but it's so pretty. So that was from Color and Cotton. My Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month came. And it's 28 count Lugana as well. And this is called Anemone. Isn't that a pretty purple? Candy, I told you you'd be jealous again. If you follow me on Instagram, different times when I take pictures of my work in progress, you'll see that I have a magnifier light. There's a light with a magnifier that clips to my Q-snap or my scroll rod. And I bought another one. I've been wanting to have a second one, so I have one for my travel bag, so it just stays in there, and one for home. And the one that I've been using, and I got it in September, I think, of 2019 when I first came back to cross stitching, because that was one of the reasons I kind of got away from it, because even though I wear glasses with bifocals, it was very difficult to see and I was squinting a lot. So with the magnifier, I'm much more comfortable stitching. But my magnifier kind of got scratched up. I didn't treat it well at the beginning, and so this one I will take much better care of. I got my original one at Keepsakes here in Cincinnati, but these you can get on Instagram as well. It's a Mighty Bright. And if you get one, they are battery powered, so it takes 2 AA batteries, which means, you know, you can go anywhere with it. But there's an adapter plug you can get for it. The cord is like 12 feet long, which is fabulous. But when you plug it in, the best lighting that you have with the batteries, it like triples with the plug. So I definitely suggest you get the plug too. And the last thing that I got for haul, I didn't open. Whoops, showing my address. My producer needs to blur that out. This is from Athena at Stitching Goddess Designs. You may know her from the Black Needle Society. She's got her own Flosstube as well. She made this shirt for me so that I had my logo on a shirt. And because StitchCon's coming up and I'm going to StitchCon, I got in. I was on the waiting list for so long. StitchCon, when I first moved here in 2019, I knew that the Cross Stitch store was not far from me. Keepsakes is about 3 miles from my house. But I didn't get there until August. So the StitchCon 2019 had already happened. They had just opened up the waiting list, and it was probably the middle of the month in August when I got my name on it. And then last year, of course, you know, COVID, so nobody got to go, and they worked the way down the list, and I got in. So I will be at Weekend A if you're at Weekend A. Because I am local, I will probably be volunteering at Weekend B. So if you're going to Weekend B, I may get to see you then too. So if you watch me and you're at either weekend, please stop and say hello to me. I would love to meet you. And if you're one of my customers, I would love to meet you as well. Oh, and I took the ribbon off. So I was going to show you Athena had wrapped it all pretty with ribbon. So I just took the ribbon off. But it's all wrapped up in... so to get ready for StitchCon, I got 2 more shirts. I have 3 shirts from Athena so far. I have this one that she made, custom did for me. And now I have a second one that she custom did for me, so that it's on white. And we got the lettering just a little bit darker blue so that it stands out. This is what's on my business cards, but on the gray it didn't stand out as well. So this is, I asked her to do that up for me. I think that looks wonderful. And then I also got this one. In my kingdom of stitches that cross, I am queen of the needle and boss of the floss. And oh, look it, you can see it glittering, that glitter part. So if you like any of her designs, next time I'll probably wear a different one to show you. She has a page on Facebook, and Stitching Goddess Designs. You can ask to join, and then you can see what she's got available, and you message her through Facebook, and she is great. I mean, she is so busy right now, and yet she got my shirts out within 2 weeks. She also sent me a couple of stickers. Let's see, there it is. It says, make something good every day, and you're enough. So she's fabulous. And I seem to have hit the bottom of my whips and haul. For bags, if you're interested in any of the bags, the project bags that I make, the link just went live for the June quarterly mystery project bag set. It's $50 for US residents, $60 for anyone international. That includes shipping. Comes with the 15.5 inch by 13.5 inch vinyl front project bag, an exclusive needle minder from Rebel Stitcher Designs, an exclusive pattern from MI Studio Creates, and then a couple other little treats and freebies. And if you go to the post about the June bag, there is a link in there. On Instagram, you can't make those links clickable like you can on Facebook. So it's a gazillion letters long to the Google form to sign up. It is not the Google form on my main page, my main Instagram page. You have to do the June bag one. So if you can't get that to work, message me and I will send you the link so you can sign up. There's still a couple of spots left, not a lot, but just a couple. And I will be sending out invoices probably about the 25th of May, because that way, instead of waiting till June 1st to mail them out, I will mail them out as soon as you pay your invoice, so that hopefully by June 1st everyone will have them. And that way, if you're coming to StitchCon, you've got your bag, you can set up your projects, all that kind of stuff. I don't have any. I'm in process of making the June bags, and I'll give you a sneak peek of the inside fabric. There's the inside fabric. That's all you get. The theme for June is summer evening. This fabric I had picked out first. I love this fabric. Someone else picked it out for something that was made on Instagram, and I absolutely freaked out that they had picked the same stuff. So they know who they are. I've already told them. So, but I think you'll love it. And I guess that's about it. We've hit 30 minutes. I can't think of anything else I wanted to say. I thank you all for stopping by. Please stop by my Instagram pages and check them out. Join me in Sal's, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, and one final thought. If you're in the Cincinnati area this weekend, May 7th through the 9th, or next weekend, May 14th through the 16th, check out Murder at the Banquet, being put on by Beyond the Proscenium Ensemble. It's a non-interactive murder mystery comedy with dinner. Call the number on the screen or visit the Beyond the Proscenium Facebook page for ticket information.